Romans 9. You go to Romans 9. Yeah, I was just listening to Amon Gabar of the main camp, and he was pissed off in the spirit over a video that was put up. It was a live car chronicles with Captain Tazariak, and he made a statement. He said that Captain Tazariak is going to eat them words. He damn sure is. And now, what's spiritual is this. I go through different videos, and somehow I clicked on him, and right when I clicked on it, the guy called in. The first guy, was two guys that called him about the mark of the beast. First guy called in, I went right there. I said, "Oh shit, he talking about the mark of the beast." I said, "I know my name's coming up." So so the Spirit allows us, the Spirit tells us what's going on. If I don't catch it, somebody else is going to catch it. And that happens quite a bit. I'll go to the video and the Spirit will lead me to certain videos. So you're going to eat your word. You're going to eat your words, Captain Tazariak, and you're going to apologize if you humble yourself. If not, the Most High is going to put you to death. I'm going to tell you, at this point in time, you are not one of the elect, because you're bucking up against the entirety of the scriptures. You just can't say, "Oh, I believe in 75% of the scriptures." Then you're not of the elect. Scriptures, the scriptures say, "Eat the whole roll." There's two parts in the scriptures where it says, "Eat the whole roll," or "Eat the whole book." Eat the book. Revelation 10, Ezekiel chapter 3. What does it mean to eat the whole book? It means to digest everything in the book. You can't say, "Well, I don't like this part of the book, and I like this part of the book, so I'm not going to teach that." No, I don't see it that way. You haven't ate the book, which means you're not one of the elect. You're not a prophet. So, ultimately, if you are, you will repent. And if you don't, if you don't teach the whole script, the book in its entirety, then you're not one of the. Ultimately, you're not one of the elect. He gets pissed with the grape thing. Now, the reason why he got pissed about it because he emotional about it, because he can't see it, because the Most High won't allow him to see it, because he's not going deep. Why would I make that statement? Yeah, you can grape little girls. I never really said that. I said you said women in general. It was polite that said, "What about if they 11 or 12?" And I said in the ancient, I gave the example. That doesn't mean that we go around doing it. That doesn't mean that I want to do it, because I like my meat seasoned, brother. I don't necessarily like to tell a woman what to do in bed. I like her to kind of know how she gonna move when you move, I move. When you move, I move. You're dealing with somebody that don't know better. Hey, in the kingdom, you're gonna teach them. You're gonna teach them how to go, because you are gonna get them young. You are gonna get them young. You're gonna get them 12, 13 years old. 14 has got kind of old. 12, 13 years old when they reach womanhood, when they're fully blossomed or past the flower of age. That means, matter of fact, I'll go into that too. That's when you can deal with them. Now, if you're saying that's a disgusting thing, laying down with a woman that's 12 years old. David laid down with a woman that was in full bloom, meaning she was about 12 years old. Matter of fact, you know what? Let me do this. The young girl that laid down with King David when he was old. Let's see what comes up. Okay. The young woman who lay with King David to keep him warm in his old age was Abishag the Shunammite, a beautiful virgin brought to serve him through the Bible notes, David did not know her. In other words, he didn't get aroused, meaning he didn't have sexual relations with her, meaning he didn't get aroused. That was the test. Oh, he can't get it up? Oh, he about to die. And they got a young tenderoni for him. So he was a dirty old man. And his men around him, them great men around him, 37 mighty men, them guys are dirty old men. You don't get a 12-year-old girl to rub up on King David. He made him a dirty old man. That's why he died. Her presence became a political pawn after David's death when his son Adonijah asked to marry her, a request King Solomon saw as a claim to the throne, leading to Adonijah's execution. So now I want to get the precept. I mean, I already read the story. Okay, so it's saying right here, 1 Kings 1. Let me go to that. When you go into these scriptures, you got to put the scholar cap on and you got to leave the emotions at home. This is why this is, what does it say? The flock of my pastor are men. Men put emotions to the side. In war, you got to kill people. You got to chop people's head off. So you got to put the emotions. You go bug out, oh my goodness, I killed so many people. No. You in that spirit of war, you chopping niggas' heads off. And you coming back cool like a regular person. A loving father to your children and your wife. Because you did not, you were able to separate, put your emotion to the side. Okay, I'm gonna get back into the main topic. Let's go to First Kings 1. 1 Kings 1. I was gonna go to Romans. Right, it says, who are Israelites to whom pertaineth the adoption, and the other nations are gonna not receive adoption. The Messiah being the middleman, the what do you call it, the mediator. He was a sacrificial lamb for the Israelites, starting with the elect. And the glory is the kingdom. The glory is the kingdom and the covenants. The old covenant, the first covenant, and the new covenant goes to Israel, not the other nations. And the giving of the law, because we're going to be priests in the kingdom, and the service of the Most High, and the promises, whose are the fathers, and of whom, as concerning the flesh, the Messiah came. He came, who are Israelites, he came for them, to bring reconciliation between the Heavenly Father and Israel. I'm not talking about the other nations. All right? Because if that was the case, he would just save everybody. He would just lift everybody and blow up America and put everybody back down and just, okay, we're going to start all over. Okay, this time Israel's going to be the #1 nation, but they're not going to do nothing against you. We got a Supreme Court. It's complete madness. Anyway, I'm sorry. Let me go to 1 Kings 1. David in old age. Now King David was old and stricken in years. And they covered him with cloth, but he got no heat. Wherefore his servant said unto him, let there be a sword for my Lord. Now the word Lord right here, lowercase Lord, is superior. The king of a young virgin. Let me look up the word virgin. Let me look up the word virgin. The word for virgin here is batwala, which means a woman that has never been touched. I said unto him to be brought the sword the Lord, the king, a young. Okay, it says a young virgin. How young is young? The word is Na'ira, which is girl, damsel, female servant, little girl, a young woman, marriageable young woman, concubine, prostitute, maid, female attendant, female servant. Now, when you go to Numbers 31, Moses got mad at the men of Israel that were fighting the war, and they were to slaughter the Midianites. They slaughtered. They were commanded to kill, because they were taking women that were married. So they kill a husband and take the woman. Moses said, "Don't take the women that are married." He said, "Kill." You can read it for yourself. He says, he tells them systematically to kill all the men, kill all the married women, kill all the boys. That's the infants, toddlers, but save the girls for yourself. The women that were not, they were young girls. Some of them could have been 8, some could have been 6, some could be 12, and they were virgins unmarried. And now it didn't mean that the Israelite man took a 6-year-old girl and popped it. No, he had to let her grow up in her house until she reached, that age, which is puberty, or the flower of her age. This is not fucking rocket scientists, man. Science. If she was 8 years old, 9, 10, 11, 12, he had to wait about 4 years until she developed. And then he went into her, and as a virgin, and she conceived, and the children that she had were Israelites, not half-breeds, for you dummies out there. Hey, this 2 guys used that. General Yohanan said half-breed. No such thing as half-breeds in the scriptures. Bunyamin, or Elder Bunyamin from the HODC, he called Alazar, he called him a half-breed. He ain't no fucking half-breed. He's an Israelite. Now, just because you don't like him, you can't call him a half-breed. You can't call him a half a heathen. The fuck's wrong with y'all, man? You guys are fucking joke. You other camp. This what? Why you think we say we're the #1 camp out there? What is it? Chat agrees with that. I did a video on that, man. Who's the most prophecy-minded camp? And they said, hands down, GMS. And you guys don't know all the prophecies, which you don't know all about the whole scripture. So the Shulamite, remember, was it Shulamite? Shulamite. Let me come back. I just want to get the. It was a Shunammite. So we're going to look into that. Let me see. Wherefore his servant said unto him, let there be sought for my lord the king a young virgin, and let her stand before the king, and let her cherish him, and let her lie in thy bosom, to my lord the king may get heat. Well, wait a minute. Doesn't he have wives? Couldn't his wife do it? No, they got a tenderoni. To see if he got aroused. That's what the heat means. So they sought for a fair, beautiful damsel, young girl. She had to be 12 years old, throughout all the coasts of Israel, and found Abishag, a Shunammite, and brought her to the king. And the damsel was very fair. She was beautiful, gorgeous, and cherished the king, because he was the king, and ministered to him. But the king knew her not. Like, he was out of it. He was told. They said he ready to go. He ready to go. So anyway, I'm not going to read the whole story, but you got the picture. Because he had wives. Couldn't he get one of the concubines? He had to get a young tenderoni. Look up tenderoni. A young, supple, beautiful, without blemish woman. And that's what we're going to get in the kingdom. We ain't going to be getting no 47-year-old divorcees in the kingdom. We're going to get them young, like I said. Because you clowns been in America so fucking long, you can't see it. You're going to find out the number one camp on the planet, Israelite camp on the planet Earth, are the men of GMS, starting from the apostles on down. We done surpassed the 7 in this knowledge. Not saying we over them in rank, because the rank is based upon how the Most High got it set up. But we know things that the 7 never taught us. Anyway, and every one of you that say, now you're saying to Mark, well, just to be on the safe side, don't take the chip, because now you niggas see it. But if you're not one of the elect, you're gonna succumb. You're gonna take it. You're gonna take it. Your woman, we ain't got nothing in the fucking house. Nigga, what you doing? Take that motherfucking chip so we can eat. Now what you might do, your nigga ass might do, I'm talking about all of y'all. You might say, okay, baby, just get the chip. Get the kids to get the chip, but I ain't gonna get the chip because I'm a man of the Lord. Now I don't know how that's gonna happen. You really think you're gonna? I'm gonna tell my woman I ain't gonna get the chip, but you got to get it, because she gonna be condemned. She gonna be destroyed. So Jacob's trouble is coming. Jacob's trouble is coming, and every last one of you gonna be tested. And before that happens, I believe Genesis, both of them, the Most High is going to delete them too. It's about time. The Most High going to delete them two niggas. So anyway, let's pull out Shunammite. Shuna to the mite. Okay. I got another video right here on the shelf that I did earlier, so I got to put it up. Okay, let me go to Shunammite. 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 What is a Shunammite? Okay, an inhabitant of Shunem. Like if you live in the Bronx, you might call you a Bronxite. Benny from the Bronx, from the movie Carlito's Way. Oh, that's Benny. That ain't Benny from the Bronx. That's Benny from Brooklyn. The mobsters say that. That's Sal from Hoboken. That's Jake. Female inhabitant of Shunem. Let me see something. It ain't giving me too much information. Okay, that he gave me Abishag, which is a woman, the Shunammite, to wife. Let me see something. And he said, speak, I pray thee, unto Solomon the king, for he will not say thee nay. Now I believe that was his brother. Okay, Bathsheba went into the king, into the chamber, and the king was very old. And Abishag the Shunammite ministered unto the king. I mean, I don't want to read all into this. Let me do this here. Let me do this here. I got to go to the root of the word. Shunem. Let's deal with the root of the word. I mean, I got the point, but I'm just going a little bit deeper. Okay, it says, a city in Issachar. So she was an Issacharite, located 5 miles, 8 kilometers south of Mount Tabor. So she was an beautiful Issacharite woman of about 12 years old. Could have been 11. It doesn't say. So it mentioned Shunem. So she was a citizen of Shunem. And it said his men looked far and wide for women. Because he just got to get warm. Couldn't they got any woman? Could his wife, one of his wives, a concubine, lay with him? They had to get a fine filly. They had to get a tenderoni for this woman. Let me go look up the word tenderoni. And see, a lot of you niggas, what's the Shunammite? What all it about? Could you do a video on that instead of your black ass looking the shit up? What do you mean by Shunammite? Is she a heathen? Could you do a video? Could you do a series of videos on that? Nigga, we ain't here for you. Okay, I'm sorry. Let me do this. What is a tenderoni? Okay, good. A tenderoni is primarily an urban slang term originating in African American vernacular, which is Jake English, for an attractive, young, romantic interest, often someone younger. Them drug dealers and them pimps, them drug dealers, they got all that money, right? They get them young girls. They get them girls, the freshmen and so forth. I get caught out there, they getting locked up. Bending, tender, youthful, and only, right? Affectionate suffix. Right, tender, let me see something. Often someone younger, blending tender, which is youthful, and only affectionate. So this Shunammite woman, Issacharite woman, young woman of about 12 years old, she was a tenderoni. They said the song about a tenderoni. Well, Bobby Brown was singing about a woman that was younger than him, a girl that was younger than him, right? You can even play, the song is playing in my head right now. The sweetest little girl in the whole wide world. That's Jake. Jake speaks in hip talk, right? A young, desirable woman, girl. Often a girl or boy, you know what that means. Someone sweet and attractive. Remember, they had to search far and wide for something super fine. You know? What's this chick, Vega? Let me see something. Video vixen Vega. Okay, I don't want that. She's not in porn. No, this is not who I'm looking for. I forget her fucking first name. But these women, these fine women that be in these hip hop videos, those are video vixens. All right. Okay, I'm not looking for this. I forget her name. Somebody help me out. But she was, boy, she's fine. She I came in the Bronx and she moved down to Florida. Anyway, that's what it was. He had many wives and many concubines. Whether he had a couple hundred or more or less, they were all beautiful women, but they wanted to get something special. Special. All right? So anyway, So when you guys you talking about it getting young, these niggas are crazy. Cause you've been in America too long, man. You've been in America too goddamn long. Okay. That's it on that. Now let me come back over here. Oh, I went to Romans 9. I mentioned Acts. I mentioned Matthew 1. I mentioned Acts 5. So anyway, let's do this. This is what I wanted to do. Okay, so now I'm gonna let you listen to a little bit more. Please forgive me.